Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we are returning to Suzerain Rizia, the first DLC out for Suzerain. Suzerain is one of my favorite games of the last 5 years. The DLC is pretty good. We've been playing this for a while now, but this is the final episode of this Let's Play. We'll see how the war comes to a conclusion. We'll see how the monarchy's succession situation is set up. Will our daughter Vina, who is married to another royal, a reformist royal by that matter, take the throne? Will we bear a child? Those are questions that'll be answered in this episode. I don't need to go through anything else, guys. You've been watching this for long enough. Let's just go ahead and jump back in to the live stream that was taken from my Twitch channel several weeks ago now. Hope you guys enjoyed the series. Leave your thoughts below. Catch you guys at the end, and thanks for the support. What's Queen Beatrice want? Never a good thing. The grandfather clock in the tea room of Brambles Manor left out a series of deep, resonant chimes. Queen Beatrice had invited me to her countryside retreat in Datefort for a one-on-one talk, but she hadn't filled me in on the subject. Reflecting on how the war in Pales was dragging on, however, I had an inkling of what she wanted to talk about. I looked down at the table in front of me. A white porcelain plate and teacup were surrounded by roughly a drawer's worth of silverware. I remembered on my late wife's lovingly instructing me on the particulates of Rumburgian high tea etiquette. The outermost spoon was for spreading jam on scones, the middle spoon was for exclusively stirring for tea, while the inner spoon was for eating petite fours. Just as the clock's fifth chime sounded, the Queen of Rumburg materialized in the doorway, flanked by her attendants. A white-gloved server came by and poured our tea and then sat down. Oh god, now I gotta remember what this said. The outermost spoon was for spreading jam. The middle spoon was for stirring tea, while the inner spoon was for eating petite fours. So the middle spoon is for stirring the sugar with the middle spoon. So how is that war of yours going? Swimmingly. We're on track to win the whole thing? Not really. But we are having success. So, I don't know. I mean, we just did take that major city. Rizia is rather fucked. Thanks for being blunt, Queen. Spread the jam on your scone with the outer spoon. That was the inner spoon was for the petite fours. The internal politics are my main concern. Can Beatrice help? I feel like if we have her getting involved, that's going to be a problem. Tell me more. What would it be in it for you? The war is having a delirious effect on Rizia's capabilities as a trade partner. I would hate for your territorial spat to detract from your usefulness to us. Let's fight it out, boys. Without etiquette, we are mere primates. Give me one more chance. An evening in Monkeys. We're gonna get cooed before the war ends, aren't we? Why am I going back here? I was having a massage in my summer palace in Monkeys when I received what sounded like an important call. I told my masseuse to stop and I put on my bathrobes. The warmth of the water and the bubbles helped me relax a little bit. I took a sip from whatever that is. Okay. The operator told me it was Victor Smolak, president of Wehlen. I almost spit my drink. Good evening, Your Majesty. I hope I'm not disturbing your evening. Good evening, Mr. President. What's the matter? I'm well. How about you? Okay. I'm listening. It's going... cut to the chase. Imagine now from your west I send my army. To do what? I use my army to help you win your war in Pals. I guarantee it. Vezek troops are legendary as you know it. So how about it? Well, what do you want for return? Zille for Pals? No. What about something else? Zille or bust? Nope. I'm not gonna bargain away my kingdom. Zille referendum results. It was a sunny and beautiful day in jails. I could see many people on the beach from the tall windows of the top of the mansion. Okay. This music is a little ominous. Zille referendum. Thank you, Laroto. Lucidia bowed and sat down on the couch. Ballot boxes were only 18% open. It was too early to say anything yet. We had to wait. I want to see Zille return to Rizia in any way possible. An aide entered the room and leaned over to Lucidia's ear. She got up and bowed once again. If you excuse me, Your Majesty, it seems I've received an urgent call. Yes, of course. Your Majesty, I received important news from the foreign intelligence. It looks like we're on track to win the referendum. At the moment, most of the votes are on our side. In addition, we have knowledge that Zillian Vezek sympathizers are at play here. We don't have direct evidence to connect them to Wehlen, but we all know what Smolak is capable of. We must act, Your Majesty, and with haste. We have all of the options prepared and are ready to begin. Wait, what? What am I trying to decide here? No. I can't go to... I don't have any soldiers to go into another war. We'll see what Vezek does. Yay! Nationwide destabilization is imminent. The nation stands on the brink of nationwide destabilization. Driven by widespread protests and political upheaval, the government's response to these challenges will be critical in determining the country's future stability. The decision involves how to react to another round of mass protests, weighing options from enforcing stricter control measures to offering concessions in an attempt to restore peace. Give a conciliatory speech and declare future abdication? I'm gonna try and hold on to my monarchy. I haven't been given a good enough reason to abdicate yet, have I? Okay, so large demonstrations. Some oil commune. Riding in Daltor. Why are people upset? We just got Zille back. Be happy. Our economy's kind of trash, but you know. No, I'm not winning the wartime. As I walk alongside my mother through her dilapidated childhood home, the familiar scent of salt water and memories fill the air, prompting a single word to escape my lips. Zille. My mother briefly paused when she reached her old bedroom, taking a moment to gaze at the familiar surroundings. I really do miss this place, despite the dismal state. Never thought I'd see the day. After Zille's handover to Wehlen, I couldn't bring myself to return. It was too painful. It was a difficult time for all of us. That's putting it mildly. But now, thanks to you, we stand here on the brink of a new era. I am eternally grateful for fulfilling what your father could not. Zille's return to Rizia. And you fulfilled that duty admirably, my dear. It's time to go. I mean, headshot, I don't have an issue if they're going to say your economy is collapsing and that's why people are protesting, but I would like it if they were to say that your economy is collapsing and that's why people are protesting, as opposed to just a sort of vague people are protesting and are really mad. Maybe they would be telling me why if I had allowed a free press. Maybe I'd get more info then. Thunderous applause. Can I just be the Duke of Zille then? My daughter and her husband were sitting in the very front row. Manus locked eyes with me. Next to him, Angelica Cezanne wore a deadly serious expression on her face. The applause subsided and I began to speak. My esteemed subjects, today marks a momentous occasion in the history of the great realm. After a prolonged period of estrangement, Zille is finally returning. Strength and determination of the crown, the victory's been achieved. For it was through our enduring faith in the Almighty and the unwavering resolve that this victory has been attained. The resilient people of Zille who have weathered the storms of separation with unwavering fortitude, I extend my deepest gratitude. Your strength in adversity has been an inspiration to us all. As one nation under one banner, we shall forge a future of unparalleled greatness. I myself am one half Zillion. I'm a zillionaire! This region holds a special place in my heart and that of my mother. It is with joy in my heart that I announce the return of this land to the original custodians. Zille should belong to Brennus and House Saison once more. Oh, they didn't want that? Really? The audience did not want to return to Brennus, huh? While the road to liberation was fraught with challenges, overcoming those hardships has helped us emerge stronger than ever before. So let us honor the memories of those we have lost and the dreams that have been shattered along the way. May the sacrifices of those who fought for freedom serve as guiding lights, illuminating our path forward with resilience and hope, even amidst the darkest of shadows. Yay, Zille. You'd think my economy would get better. Oh, the financial sanctions hurt. Economic instability also not great. Rizia's state in the Alliance of Nations? Alliance of Nations' decision in the past have caused peril for Rizia. There are talks about whether we should leave the organization once and for all. The organization seems to have other agendas that do not include our place in Merkopa. If we decide to leave the Alliance of Nations, there will be repercussions. However, we're already seeing repercussions from being part of it. We'll stay. Thousands of discarded ballots found from Rizian majority areas of Nanta have been found in a field outside the city, while the previous administration of the town has rapidly evacuated to Wehlen. Okay, so they tried to bribe the election and failed. That's good to know. Zille Unity Street Festival a success? A hastily organized street festival celebrating the unity of Rizian and Veziks living in Nanta filled the streets with the city? Yay! Preparations are currently underway for the upcoming reunifications. Well, I already did that. Chapter 4. Scylla Orica. Okay. Oh, that was still Chapter 3? I don't know why I thought that was Chapter 4. Alright, I think this is our last chance. I think this is our last chance in the war. They keep advancing on the southern front, and it doesn't really matter at this point. I don't think they have the strength to take Remez back. Oh, the ship's already engaged, so we're being engaged by already. Okay. I wonder if we're doing better in the conflict of late because of that spy who sent us information. We're closing in on the final two cities. The problem is it's a very narrow front. We need to win these naval fights here. I don't think their infantry has the strength to retake Remez by itself. Alright, I think we'll crush both of these units in the next phase, and then we'll advance on Souls. Yeah, the bar's how many turns left. I'm going to need the Navy to get in there to support versus Pales, but right now there's not a lot of enemy naval ships left. Next turn we should sink this sub, which will free up this cruiser, which then maybe can help finish off this other enemy ship. So then with 5 turns or so left, our Navy should be able to get in to support with the assault on Souls and Pales, I think. Slowly wearing down their other warships, I think. I don't know why they're advancing west. Like, I'm not entirely sure what they're hoping to accomplish. Why did that not accomplish anything? This unit still won't die? I should have just moved the naval vessel by itself. Another enemy ship shows up, just in time to prevent me from bombarding on Souls. Alright, we've got 2 units adjacent to Souls. We'll have to begin the assault there next turn. Alright, there goes that enemy ship. Meanwhile, our sub keeps pecking away at the flagship. Enemy's gonna attack this mechanized unit. Alright, there we go. We've started the assault on Souls. This mechanized unit might get destroyed on the flank. We'll see. I gotta get more of my units up. He does have one more naval unit that could interfere with my support on Souls, and that's exactly what he's gonna do. Fuck. That's why you have to win the naval fight first. Damn, I thought bombing it might win the fight, but apparently not. This is gonna be, we're gonna end up losing probably with like 2 turns to spare. They overran my mechanized force there. I don't care that much about that. We're gonna barely lose this war. Souls is ours. We're gonna end 1 turn short. Also, this movement's weird. I can't move a unit into Souls. I don't have any bombers to bomb the city. We'll sink their flagship. This movement is really weird. Can I do that? I can't do that. You can't naval bombard the city. Well... So we'll win here. But I can't actually get at pals. Operation Total Tranquility failed. The once massive throng of protesters in the capital have begun to wane. Their fervor diminished as the momentum of their movement ebbs. This shift in the tide of unrest seemingly signals a return to a more peaceful state, offers a moment of respite in our beleaguered nation. The streets, once scenes of conflict and discord, now are quieting, suggesting a potential path back to normalcy. Yeah, I doubt it. Results of the Rumburg Toras murder investigation. Hey, more sketchy noise. What do I owe the pleasure? It's about the investigation into your father's death. You tasked me with investigating a potential connection with Titus. We searched his residence and the Golden Guard headquarters. We found the evidence, a silver bullet linking him to the crime. This. Mandragora. It's a deadly nightshade that's been known to induce hallucinations. A large enough dose can result in death. As it so happens, traces were found in the late king's system during a recent toxicology test. You see that when your father's body was exhumed for this investigation, a small sample of formalin-fixed tissue was preserved. Do we really think Titus murdered my father? Maybe he's framed. Maybe someone's trying to get rid of my guard. I didn't expand the Golden Guard either. Okay, let's see what he has to say. Yeah, I know a coup's coming. We literally were like a turn away from winning the damn war. From what I've gathered, my informant scented a potential change in leadership. I'm sure you've been keeping abreast of the violent protests in Valkyries. The noble ruling that region seems to either unable to quell the unrest or unwilling. This is troubling. Hugo once warned me that the house is displeased with me. Should we frame him? Oh, knock it off, will you? Lucidia sent me this letter full of baseless claims on how she found evidence linking me directly to your father's murder. His Majesty Valero died nearly 8 years ago, as I understand it, from natural causes. According to her note, she informed me of time out of respect so I could make arrangements before she informs you. A head start, as she put it. Can you tell me why you have felt the need to inform him in this manner? Quiet, both of you. Explain how the poison found in my father's bloodstream ended up on the Golden Guard's HQ. Anything else you can share with us, Titus, that would help absolve you of these accusations? I understand your skepticism, Your Majesty. However, if I may implore you to consider the facts that Lucidia's motives are clear and the evidence speaks for itself. I have nothing to hide. Why, Sal? I'm not gonna arrest my wife. Isn't she the queen now? Aren't we married? What about Sal? I beg your pardon? The poison used in the murder causes hallucinations. Why not also divine visions? I don't want to arrest either of these guys. I don't think either of these people did it. Poison used in the murder causes hallucinations. Why not also divine visions? Perhaps he was trying to conduct some clandestine ritual with my father. It's been 8 years. Just keep an eye on him. Blockade of what? Morning in the palace. Morning sun streamed through the windows of my chambers as I slowly opened my eyes. Lucidia was standing by the bedside. She had an unusually intense expression on her face. Is something wrong? Your Majesty, there's something I need to tell you. I think I'm pregnant. Hell yeah! Praise the Lord! We shouldn't celebrate yet. Nothing is certain. Time was a blur during the war. I thought I was throwing up from nerves. Is the war over? There was no indication that, like, we actually signed an armistice. Shouldn't there be armistice talks? An heir and a spare, just like I always wanted. Okay. You've never worried, my love. I'm the happiest man in the world right now. I love you, Queen Lucidia. Will you come with me to the palace? Maybe they can already determine the sex. Of course. What are we waiting for? You're the best we got. My wife is over 4 months along, and we're having a boy. Yay! Announcement of the prince to be. Do I have to actually give a state speech? So I'm going to be a half-sister. I suppose congratulations are in order. Please at least try to be happy for me. I am trying. I've based my entire life on the idea that I was the future Queen of Rizia. I spent so many hours attending council meetings, all while you went about making reforms that I suggested without even consulting me. That's not true, Vina. I always consulted you whenever you were around, and you went AWOL because you fell in love with Manus, so that's not my fault. I would love to name you to be my successor, but it is very complicated. If you want to continue the progress Queen Liza started, it's only natural that the eldest child, and not the eldest son, should inherit the throne. My darling husband doesn't give a damn whether he's the crown prince or not, but his family does. You favored them greatly by returning Zilles to Brennus. Name me your heir and you'll have their loyalty forever. You're underestimating the threat of the Azaros. If I rob my son of his birthright, it'll be both our heads on the chopping block. It's not birthright if you change the law. Leave me to think, both of you. Better keep her away from my wife's food. Yeah, this has Crusader King vibes all over it. She's gonna murder either me, my wife, or both. Or maybe just the child in the crib. My fellow Rizians. You all know Duchess Lucida Azaro as my war secretary and my counselor, but now you shall know her as your new queen. I shall never forget Princess Consort Lena, but Queen Lucidia and I are happy to welcome new love into the Palace Rezana. Furthermore, I am pleased to announce that your new queen consort is already pregnant with a son. His name shall be Prince Romus II. Oh, was that me picking the... Though I am overjoyed at becoming a father for the second time, I cannot neglect the inspiration my daughter Vina has been to this country and to me. With that in mind, choosing an official successor was not an easy decision for me. Ha! You can make it always the eldest daughter? -5 authority? And according with Rizian law, I shall be succeeded by the son of Queen Consort Louis Toras. I declare democracy! My daughter is equally deserving of the crown. Okay. Won't that just spark a civil war? With a Toras and an Azaro on the throne and a Suzerain married to Princess Rizia, the three houses are united once more. Glorious Ax Rizia. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think it's over. A few months later, after your speech, finally, all the preparations were complete for your 10th year of Jubilee. You were to receive visitors for the celebration of this event. Sitting on your throne, you looked to your right. Queen Lucidia smiled back at you with the royal baby in her arms. You remembered why you fell in love with her. With your one gesture, the orchestra cued and the festivities began. Hugo was the first one to pay respects. He came before your throne and bowed. He had strengthened his position in House Toras lately. You played along with a fake smile. You looked around in the ballroom. Your eyes met Lucidia's. She walked toward the throne, kissed and kneeled and kissed your ring. My wife? Thanked them for their service to the crown. Manus was in a heated discussion with another member of House Suzerain. After their argument, he came before you to give his apologies. He had brought a gift in a show of appreciation, a 247-year-old painting depicting Port Draison. You thanked him for his gift. I don't understand how that's bribery. Delegations from Grace were standing around arguing and discussing matters within each other. You could sense their tenseness among the walls of your home from afar. This is a joyous occasion, not a political arena. You picked your son up in your arms, he laughed and pulled your hair. He was going to be a strong boy, fit to be the future king. The entire room's attention was pointed at you. You lifted your son for everybody to see. A strong applause resonated loudly through the ballroom. You put him on the throne. And so began the days of Prince Romus II of House Toras, heir apparent. What? We didn't get cooed? How the hell did that happen? Okay. Between 1950 and 1958, 2.6 million people lost employment and 146,000 businesses were shut down. Millions of Rizians and Zille officially reintegrated back to their homeland and thousands of foreigners left the territory. The province of Valkyries faced $4 billion worth of public property damage due to violent protests. 666, nice, people were killed and 77,125 people were wounded by Su Omania members. Okay, that's a lot more violence than I thought we were having. Millions of workers have suffered under horrible working conditions. 2,345 women joined political life. 58,000... Wait, is that 582,421 women have joined the workforce? OMEC reported a 300% increase in manufacturing in the kingdom. 21 new countries received a diplomatic mission from Rizia. 59,128 people joined the Rizian People's Party. 203,000 foreigners have migrated to the country. 59 million tons were mined from the Mitz zone by Rizia. I guess that's the end. That wasn't too bad. It was kind of an unhappy kingdom, but they respected the monarchy in the end. I was expecting some kind of revolt due to the failure of the war. It didn't end up going disastrously per se. I guess it was probably argued it was a stalemate. But we also didn't, we took territory, we got all the way to the edge of the capital, and we were a humanitarian for the most part in the war, so maybe that prevented international intervention. I'm not sure, but I really did enjoy this series. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Maybe it was the right ending for a monarchy. A strained family, everybody arguing at the end in that last scene, and yet we maintained control, and it seems like our son will maintain control as well. Perhaps we followed in our father's footsteps, where our reign grew weaker over time as we sort of wore through our welcome, and yet we did a good enough job of navigating the politics to prevent our adversaries from having the power to overthrow us. Maybe my daughter would have overthrown us if we hadn't given the Duchess her control back of Sazon, which probably neutered any support that she would have gotten from the Sazons, to try and push her claim to the throne. The Duchess may have felt indebted to us. We removed our nephew Nico from power in the Torres family, pretty much supplanting him as a potential threat in our own family to usurp our power. And then we also, managed to wed into the Azaro family and give them, half the heir, our heir, half his blood is an Azaro. So sort of bound their loyalty to us. A bit Byzantine perhaps in our strategy, but it seemed to at least work to hold the monarchy together. Although I can't imagine, I don't know how long we're going to survive if we aren't unsanctioned. Maybe those sanctions will be lifted now that war ended in a quagmire. I don't know. But our economy can't be in good shape. It was a disaster. Personally, I think maybe being so strongly in the negative from a budget perspective should be more penalized. It feels like the game just kind of treats the budget as, hey, this is what you need to do things, but doesn't actually directly impact the economy and the people's lives. There was an energy crisis when our energy levels were too low, so maybe that was sort of reflecting, hey, you're not producing enough energy, but there was no seeming penalty for our fiscal situation being a mess. So I don't know. I do feel like the end game could use a little bit of work in the game. The first half to 3/4 of the game I think were rock solid, but that fourth chapter felt a little bit strange. Still, I absolutely loved my time with it. I hope you guys leave your thoughts below. And without further ado, this is the Historical Gamer saying once again, thank you very much for all the support through this series. And until next time, I'm out.